20p. And I'm applying full court pressure, baby. Understand me. Understand? Let's go. Man, I'm up the blind, I don't see no D. Posted with the squad, come see about me. Hands up in the air now. Wave 'em round like you really don't care now. Put that ball up in my hand, you know I'm score. Man, I know I'm so above the rim, I must be Jordan. Or I must be Kobe, or Alonzo in the morning. Or I know they snore, I'm about to wake 'em out the coma. Cause I'm applying full court pressure, baby.
We are back for hour number 2 of Full Court Press Radio, sponsored by SOFOELC on Sports Talk Today, the team. I'm your host, Dane Thompson, with my main man, Paul Myers, and Marc Johnson, NBAFCPRadio.com. Shout out to Marc for that great segment about college basketball. You said the tournament's starting to come up, and these are some of the prospects you need to know. But let's go back to the guys that actually get paid to play the game in the NBA. Guys, we talk about guys who are underrated. We talked about Kyrie Irving earlier in the show. And let's have a little bit of fun for the next few minutes. If you had the opportunity to start a team, now we always talk about who would you rather have, Stephen Curry or LeBron James. Let's not do the top players again. Okay. You know, we have this discussion all the time, and everybody talks about this till they're blue in the face. But let's go a notch below things.
All
right. So, Paul, I'm going to start with you. If you had a choice between point guards, who would you rather have, Damian Lillard or Kyrie Irving?
Give me Dame Dollar, man. Dame is a killer.
Well, Kyrie Irving's healthy. Now, the thing is,
I still want Dame. Dame is more of a leader, man. All right, so let me tell you exactly why, and I don't need long. All right, Cleveland before LeBron got there, and Portland this year.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Kyrie was a monster.
Kyrie was a monster, but where was that team?
They're bad.
Really bad.
Any team before LeBron James
bottom
was bad.
5 in the NBA the entire time. Dame has a bad team this year, and they're in the playoffs. Give me Dame Dollar. He is killing it, man.
Marc, who you got?
I got Damian Lillard also. He's just a killer. You know, one thing, you know, like if you want to be a great player, right, you got to have killing. And you got to want to win. You got to want to win so bad. When everybody picks against you, it doesn't matter. I think Kyrie just like, look, he's good with, all right, I got 50. I'm great.
Right.
Why can't the rest of y'all be like me? And that's not a winner.
No.
You know, I mean, he has great skill level, excellent basketball player, but he's not a winner.
I hope.
Just like you went to Duke. You played for Coach K.
He played 12 games at Duke. Does that really count?
Yeah, he played 12 minutes. Yeah, I mean,
but you've been around Coach K. Coach K, call this guy, please.
Yeah.
Please call your former ball player and just tell him what being a winner is, please.
No, I think I can say this right, but Dame plays pissed off. That's how he plays.
Ryan, we can say that on air, can't we?
Yeah, I don't think that's a problem.
Just want to make sure.
That's how he plays. Like they say they always have the expression "chip on your shoulder." Yeah, no. He plays pissed off.
He does.
Like I thought Steph Curry talked about his mama before the game. You know,
he dropped 50.
He dropped 50 on him. You know, Dame plays angry, and I love it, man. I mean, he's one of my favorite players to watch. One of my favorite players in the NBA, actually. I had him as a top 5 point guard going into the season. I think I had him at 4. So, I mean, I'm really high on Dame. So that question was easy for me.
All right, I'm gonna let Marc start this one off. Point guards who have resurrected their careers this year. Marc, who would you rather have? You're starting a team tomorrow. Rajon Rondo, Darren Williams.
Oh, I'm taking Rondo
so
all
easy.
day. Rondo, I think, to be honest with you, if you surround Rondo with players, who kind of like-minded like him, you really could have a great team. That's really what he needs. He just needs a team full of guys you just like, I don't care. That's where he works well.
Now, knuckleheads aside, right?
Mm-hmm.
Picture him on a team with guys like J.R. Smith, who just run and gun. I mean, I'm trying to think of some other players that would fit as well right now, but J.R. Smith's the first one that comes to mind. But if you could surround him with guys that slash, that cut, that can shoot, I mean, Rondo's probably he's got some of the best court vision in the NBA. He made a pass, a cross-court pass the other day that you just don't see players make. I mean, he has outstanding vision, has an offensive awareness that you don't see even from other point guards. it's like the game is a little slow to him sometimes. Now, he has turnover issues, but I think that's because he tries to press it a little too much.
Okay.
But, man, Rajon Rondo is so impressive, man. He's been excellent this year. I mean, Darren Williams has had a good year, but not even close to Rondo.
You know, for me, I didn't answer the Kyrie Irving question. Of course, I'm taking Damian Lillard. I think because of the fact that Lillard plays better defense than Kyrie. That's my choice in this one. But for me, Darren Williams has actually been way better than most people have given him credit for.
He has.
I think Darren Williams has the stigmatism of the Joe Johnson problem. And the thing is, Darren Williams got a humongous contract. Joe Johnson did the same thing. We expected Darren Williams to be, this franchise changer because we saw it in Utah.
That's the problem. See,
it's the contract.
He didn't. Well, no, I don't think he got enough credit, or I don't think Jerry Sloan got enough credit for making Darren Williams the player he was. That system was perfect,
of course,
for Darren Williams.
And Boozer was perfect with him.
That is why they were so effective. I think that was John Stockton, Karl Malone 2.0.
I think in this situation, but you have to understand the situation. I think Darren Williams now being in the league almost 11 years. He's now starting to find how his role is defined in the NBA. This year, the points have gone up. The assists haven't been the same, probably because of the fact that he's not handling the ball as much.
No, it doesn't run through him.
It doesn't
because
of Chandler Parsons, who we're going to mention in a minute. But the thing is, Williams has now come into a role where he's much more comfortable. And for me, I would take stability more than just talent. And for me, Darren Williams is a lot more stable than Rajon Rondo. Rondo is extremely talented. The triple-doubles are there. The numbers are there. Last night, his 37th game of the season of 10 or more assists, which ties the Kings record set by Reggie Theus. Of all people in the NBA, Reggie Theus.
Reggie Theus was a little underrated, though. He was a pretty good player.
But of all point guards that you could possibly think of in Kings history, we're talking Mike Bibby.
Yeah, Bibby wasn't a passer, though.
Yeah, but... Reggie Theus?
Yeah. I understand.
37 games of 10 or more assists. That's already an impressive stat.
The thing that makes that even more impressive, those Kings teams weren't very good. So
those teams are awful.
That's what makes it even more impressive. But you're right. I mean, Darren Williams has been very impressive. I love what Rondo's doing this year.
Okay. Here's one. We're going to go to the swingman situation. You look at the Milwaukee Bucks with Chris Middleton. Middleton scored 30 last night, and
love that kid.
And he's a tremendous shooter. He's got the contract to go with it. Who would you rather have, Chris Middleton on one side, or would you take Devin Booker of the Phoenix Suns?
He's got upside, man.
They're both top-notch shooters. Man, Middleton's been in the game a little bit longer.
Booker's got some upside.
Booker's got the upside.
He's got some scary upside.
I'm going to let Mark go first because Mark's the draft expert and the prospect guy because Booker was part of the class last year. So, Mark, who do you got?
These are both young guys, too.
Man, I think Booker, he's going to explode. I think it's just a matter of time. He's going to explode. And I thought he had more to his game, when he was coming out. But, just that loaded Kentucky team, he wasn't able to show it. And sometimes you get that with prospects. Like, I didn't know he could do all of that. I mean, I was just like, this guy's can handle the ball a little bit. His dad, was a former really good player at the college level, and Melvin Booker. I just think Devin Booker is really going to be really, really good, going forward.
Paul, who you got?
Man, it's tough.
We're going to have fun with this one, I told you.
Man, this one's tough because I really, really like Middleton. I mean, I talked about him last year to you a lot. I got to go with Booker, man. Just some of the flashes I've seen from this kid this year. He's scary good. And he's got good size on him, 6'6". I don't know, man. Reluctantly, I'm going to take Booker over my guy Middleton. I
agree with Paul this one. Me and Paul really agree. Chris Middleton, last night when they played the Rockets last night, was just outstanding. I mean, so in a game where Giannis Antetokounmpo had 18 points, 17 rebounds, and I think 14 assists last night, in a game where Jabari Parker had 36 points, Middleton scored the quietest 30 points you'll think about. And he also knocked down threes left and right.
He plays defense also.
Now, to Mark's point, I love the fact of Booker being so quiet, that Kentucky thing, because Trey Lyles is the same way. Lyles had 18 and 10 last night.
He's putting it together.
And the only question about Trey Lyles is that in Utah with Derek Favors and Rudy Gobert, how much time is this kid actually going to get? It kind of reminds me of the Enes Kanter situation potentially all over again. We don't have enough time for those three big guys.
Well, I think if he continues to improve, I think it allows them to trade Derek Favors. And that's something you can always do. If you draft well, you can trade your marquee guys.
Speaking of Derek Favors, all right, let's talk about guys who are on that level but never seem to get over the hump.
It would be one.
Last one before we go to break. Derek Favors of Utah.
Okay.
Thaddeus Young of Brooklyn. Who would you rather have?
Eesh. That's going to depend on the offense for me.
Paul, you got to pick one. You got to pick one. If you're going to pick one, you're starting a team today and you have one of those two players to start with. Who would you rather have?
I need to know my other players. I really do. That's tough because
you're picking one of those two guys first. So you have nobody else in your roster. You're starting one of those two guys. Marc, go first.
Expansion draft.
Expansion draft style.
Tough, man.
Yeah. Shoot, I think I'll go Thaddeus Young. You know, and it's no Philly bias or anything like that.
Of course not.
I just think he plays with such an energy. He plays with such an energy with himself, and he did that even in his young days in Philly. He just played with a lot of energy. His skill level has started to come around, you know, where he's starting to knock down the threes, and his motor's always running. I just think you could plug and play him, you know, all over the front court. I just think he has a little more versatility that I probably could use, you know, if I had a team. So I'll probably go with him just based on that.
I think you make great points. And you know who? It's funny. You know who he reminds me of a little bit.
Who?
Just a better version. Troy Murphy. Troy Murphy was a pretty good player.
Oh, Murphy was to the back one out.
Now, Mark, you're analyst. You analyze skills. Did they not have a similar skill set? They play a lot alike to me.
Yeah, you know,
I think Thad's a little
plug and play
though.
guys that can, you know,
that's what I said. Better version.
Run, shoot. You know, I mean, that's what those guys did. You know, Troy Murphy. I enjoyed him in college.
Good player.
I wish the injuries didn't happen to him. You know, but.
So I'm avoiding the question. Yeah,
I'm taking Derek Favors.
Man, I tell you what, I'd flip a coin on this one.
I'll take Derek Favors in the battle of the Georgia Tech guys, only because of the fact that Favors is so scarily good when he has the opportunity. There's games where Derek Favors can give you 20 and 10 every single night, and he can
a couple blocks.
In a couple blocks, he can do it. The only question about Derek Favors that is frustrating, because I own him in fantasy basketball, it's frustrating because he'll follow up a 20 and 10 game for 2 or 3 nights in a row and throw up a clunker right behind it. He's about as frustrating to me to watch as Jonas Valanciunas is in Toronto.
Well, it's not the motor for Valanciunas; it's how they use him.
And for Derek Favors,
Utah, I think it's the motor.
I don't know if it's the motor. I think it's the fact of it's one of those situations where Utah doesn't know who to give the ball to. It's either Favors or Gordon Hayward. And there's nights where it's not neither one of those two.
It's got to be both. They don't have enough scorers to not give both of them touches. So I'm going to go with Thad Young, just for the record.
All right. We're going to go to break, and when we get back, Magic fans, Zach Oliver from Orlando Pinstripe Post will be talking a lot of things about the Orlando Magic, including Chandler Parsons, the play of Aaron Gordon, and their upcoming 2 home games.
We'll also bring up Ethan's trade scenario.
Exactly. This is Full Court Press Radio, sponsored by SOFOELC on Sports Talk Today team. Right back after this break.
Are you looking to expand your reach and following in all platforms of media? Do you need a jump start in expanding your brand to all markets across the world? SOFO is here for you. SOFO means something for everyone, and they are here to help you expand your business through all platforms of media. Their experienced team is here for you to expand your brand and put you and your business in places that you would have never been before. Check them out at www.sofoellc.com or call 407-607-9862. Follow SOFOELLC on Instagram and Twitter.
Looking for a great place to eat in the College Park area of Orlando? A place to go on special occasions like anniversaries, date nights, or just because moments? Well, Pepe Bistro is the hottest new place to go in Orlando. Pepe features flavors from the Mediterranean as well as Italy, with a full bar and wine menu. Check out their Saturday brunch and live local jazz on Thursday nights. Stop by the Pepe Bistro at 2611 Edgewater Drive at the corner of Edgewater and West Winter Park Street, or give them a call at 407-420-1144 to make reservations.
Are you looking for a fun experience on the water with your family? Bring them to the Orlando Water Sports Complex, located off Highway 528 near OIA. The Orlando Water Sports Complex provides an experience you won't soon forget, featuring cable wakeboarding, as well as the Super Air Nautique G23, the world's best wakeboarding and wake surfing boat for guests to enjoy. For more info, visit actionparks.com. That's AKTIONPARKS.com. And tell them Full Court Press sent you.
Parents, do your kids like to run around the house? Do your kids have a nonstop stream of energy? Well, Preschool Sports has a program to help you and your children be able to take that talent and energy and give them an outlet to grow those skills with their brand new track and field program. From ages 2 to 11, Preschool Sports will be able to teach them as individuals and as a team. To sign up or for more information, call 407-463-2061 or check them out at preschoolsportswithaz.com. Better hurry. Season